Once upon a time, a very poor woodcutter lived in a tiny cottage in the forest with his 2 children, Hansel and Gretel. His second wife often ill-treated the children and was forever nagging the woodcutter.
There's not enough food in the house for us all. There are too many mouths to feed. We must get rid of the 2 brats. Take them miles from home, so far that they can never find their way back. Maybe someone will find them and give them a home.
The downcast woodcutter didn't know what to do. Hansel, who, one evening, had overheard his parents' conversation, comforted Gretel.
Don't worry, we'll find a way back home.
Okay, he said, and slipping out of the house, he filled his pockets with little white chips, then went back to bed. All night long, the woodcutter's wife harped on and on and on at her husband, till, at dawn, he led Hansel and Gretel away into the forest. All night long, the woodcutter's wife harped on and on and on at her husband, till, at dawn, he led Hansel and Gretel away into the forest. But as they went into the depths of the trees, Hansel dropped little white chips here and there on the mossy green ground. At a certain point, the 2 children found they were really alone. The woodcutter had picked up enough courage to desert them and had mumbled an excuse and was gone. Night fell, but the woodcutter did not return. Gretel began to sob bitterly. Hansel too felt scared, but he tried to hide his feelings and comfort his sister.
Don't cry. I swear I'll take you home. We'll make our way back, I promise.
Luckily, the moon was full that night, and Hansel waited till its cold light filtered through the trees.
Give me your hand. We'll make it back, I promise.
Okay. The tiny white pebbles gleamed in the moonlight, and the children found their way home. They crept through a half-open window without wakening their parents. Cold, tired, but very thankful to be home again, they slipped into bed. The next day, when their stepmother discovered that Hansel and Gretel had returned, she went into rage. Stifling her anger in front of the children, she locked her bedroom door, reproaching her husband for failing to carry out her orders. The weak woodcutter protested, torn as he between shame and fear of disobeying his cruel wife. Their wicked stepmother kept Hansel and Gretel under lock and key all day with nothing for supper but a sip of water and some hard bread. All night, husband and wife quarreled, and when the dawn came, the woodcutter led the children into the forest. Hansel, however, had not eaten his bread, and as he walked through the trees, he left a trail of crumbs behind him to mark the way. But the little boy had forgotten about the hungry birds that lived in the forest, and when they saw him, they flew along behind, and in no time at all, had eaten all the crumbs. Again, with a lame excuse, their father, the woodcutter, left his 2 children by themselves. When dawn broke, they started to wander about the forest, seeking a path, but all hope soon was faded. They were well trusted and lost. On the walk, till suddenly, I misread, okay, I'm just thinking later. On they walked and walked, till suddenly they came upon a strange cottage in the middle of the glade.
Oh my God! There's gummy bears!
Gasped Hansel as he broke a lump of plaster from the wall.
And Starburst too! Yum!
Exclaimed Gretel, putting another piece of wall into her mouth. Starving but delighted, the children began to eat pieces of candy.
We'll stay here!
Hansel declared, munching a bit of nugget. They were just about to try a piece of the biscuit when suddenly the door swung open.
Well, haven't you two got sweet too? Hansel, I don't want to stay with her. She looks way too weird and scary. She's just weird looking.
Gretel, it'll get us out of the cold. She just needs a friend.
Whatever.
Hi.
Hello.
As they went into the little old house, it was warm and smelt of apple crisp. They ate the most delicious food and had the most scrumptious dessert. Hansel and Gretel stayed and helped the little old woman. Years went by and the little old woman passed away, leaving Hansel and Gretel a place to stay filled with treasures and candy.